Hey there, this is Super AntOreo, and today marks the 5th anniversary of my YouTube channel. At least I'm hoping that today marks the 5th anniversary. I've been kind of lazy on getting this video out. Well, not lazy, I've just been busy. And I'm hoping that I actually got it out on time. Anyway, 5 years ago, I started this channel under Dudw Productions. It was a review channel at first, with crudely drawn animations. Since then, I've done machinima, AMVs, videos where I just talk in front of the microphone, and even a cancelled unboxing video. Now, you might be wondering, for my 5th anniversary, how do I want to celebrate it? Well, I realized that I never really gave a proper introduction of who I was as a content creator when I started. Like, I just began making videos and acted as if people would know who I was, even though I had done nothing on the internet up until that point. Even today, my channel is still pretty obscure. I'm fine with that, though. I don't make videos regularly, nor do I see myself making videos as like a full-time job. This is just something I enjoy doing for fun, and I want to keep it that way. Regardless, I thought it would be good if for my 5th anniversary video, I gave you a proper introduction to who I am as a person and as a content creator. So let's get started.
Are you ready?
Let's go!
Hello there, I'm Super AntOreo. I love video games, movies, cookies, of course, television, media, in general, I guess, taking walks, and a variety of other things. Why did I start making videos? Well, as a wise man once said, "Everyone was doing it, I just wanted to be popular." Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. I like making videos, and I also like talking about pieces of entertainment that I enjoy. I wanted this channel initially to be a place where I could review pieces of media that I like, but initially, I was gonna try something different. You see, before I had settled on Super AntOreo or Dudw Productions as a name, I wanted to be called Smashmon. The idea for Smashmon was that it was going to be an anime series, essentially. It was gonna star this character who would fight against evil by reviewing things, and the things he would review would correlate with what's going on in the story. My phone just went off. If you've ever seen Balrog's Game Room Adventures on YouTube, that's basically what this series was inspired by and what I was going for with it. But ultimately, I never went through with it. Kind of for two reasons. One, it would have been really hard to animate it all, and two, I wasn't too fond of Smashmon's design. Like, it's a good design, I suppose, but it doesn't really reflect me all too well. So I went back to the drawing board and came up with this design, which I have used and modified and updated over the years. Originally, my channel was called Dudw Productions. You know how in some games, you can name your profile whatever you want, even if it's not a game like Zelda or Harvest Moon, where you can name the main character? Well, I would name my save files Dude for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But when I was playing Pokemon, I accidentally put a W at the end instead of an E, and by the time I noticed, it was too late. So I just kinda kept going with the mistake, and I named my channel that. In retrospect, I think it was kind of a weird thing to name it, because it didn't really reflect me all that well, which is why I ended up changing it to Super AntOreo, which I feel fits me as a person a lot better. I mean, I love Oreos, I love Super Mario, put them together, just makes sense. I should also mention that back in the day, I used this animation software called Pencil for my illustrations. I'm not entirely sure how I came across it. I think I just went to Google one day and typed in free animation software, and that's what came up. Either way, it's what I used for my drawings, and They were definitely crude, as one of my classmates put it, but they do have a charm to them. And what I like about my older videos is that there's always like a change in the scenery in some way. Like if you look in the background and the setting is different. In one video, it's just a night sky outside, but in another video, he's on a Star Wars planet. And I even made another background where he's in Dreamland from Kirby, but this was used in a video that I deleted forever for personal reasons. Eventually, I updated to Krita, and I wanted to use this for a sort of rebranding of my channel, which I've barely used. Like, I used it to redesign my character and make him look more mature and all that, but I never really used it for, like, new emotes or anything. Though that's largely because after mid-2019, I sort of stopped doing reviews. Like, I wanted to do more, but I don't know. I just didn't really feel like doing reviews after a while. I think it's because the style of review I was going for was just like review styles copied from other people. My Sonic Forces review was basically structured the same way as Siege001's reviews, and I tried to structure my movie and TV reviews the same way, but I don't think it really worked with those videos. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate any of my videos or anything, but I look back at a few of them and think, this feels like something that someone else has done. Maybe one day I'll do reviews again, but if I do, I want to come up with my own style for them so that I feel like I can stand out, you know, among the crowd. I don't know how the rest of that song goes. Before we move on to the Machinima era, shout out to, well, his channel used to be called Typhlosion, but now it's C.H.S. I want to shout him out for the video we made on the nut job. We had a ton of fun making it, but that video took way too long to come out because of the illustrations. Still, that was a fun video to make. We had a good time making it, and yeah, you should check out his channel. He does a lot of cool stuff. I have a link to it in the description. Now we move on to the Machinima era, and I started with Link and Erdrick, a 2-part video series that's clearly improvised the whole time and reuses shots a lot. It kinda has a low-budget charm to it, I suppose, though, so it's fine. Nowadays, though, my Machinima call to fame is Banjo's Errand. Part 1 was rushed and got some constructive criticism. I took a look at that constructive criticism and made Part 2! And to be honest, Part 2 and the trailer I made for it are two of my proudest achievements on this channel. I'm not kidding, like, I really think that Part 2 is such an improvement over Part 1, just in terms of, like, how better paced it is. It doesn't feel like too much information is being given in one scene. The cinematography is better, and even the jokes, I think some of the jokes land better. But of course, this is just, like, the artist talking here. And even then, there's a few things that I think could be better. Probably some scenes could be shortened, or some shots could have been redone, but still, it's one of my favorite videos that I've made. And Part 3 still isn't out. It's roughly halfway, I'd say, but, stay tuned. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of where I am with my channel. There's some other things too, like that video I made for a high school project, the AMV I did for Smash Ultimate's final character, that video I did where I do a bunch of voice acting. And oh, here's a fun fact. So, most of my early videos, I use Music Maker Jam for the background music. I was kind of afraid of YouTube copyright back then, so I decided to use that app to make my own music. I still have the songs, and I was thinking maybe in the future I could upload them all so you could listen to them raw. So that'll be fun. So now, what does the future of this channel hold? Well, I still want to make videos where I talk about things I enjoy. I plan to do that with Xenoblade Chronicles. And I also have an idea for a series of short videos that I'm currently dubbing Super AntOreo's Cookie Box. It would essentially be like bite-sized videos where I talk about something that I'm interested in or that I think is kind of neat about a particular piece of entertainment. just as a preview, did you know that the 2012 Ninja Turtles series may have stolen an episode from a cartoon show that was on Disney XD in 2005? Well, probably not. It might just be a huge coincidence, but it's really funny how both shows have extremely similar episodes. It's been a slow 5 years, but it's also been a fun one. There are some videos I'm more proud of than others, but overall, I think I've had a pretty good run as a content creator. And I hope that I can continue to build up my brand, I guess. Let me make it clear, once again, I don't see being a content creator as like a full-time or even part-time investment for me. It's really just something I want to do on the side. So if you were following me for like consistent uploads or anything, don't expect that. But I will do my best to provide entertaining content that is, well, me, I guess. Whether I go back to doing reviews, whether I continue making machinima after Banjo's errand, or whether I decide to make some other crazy project in the future, it'll be a fun time, and I hope you'll look forward to it. But you know, there is one other thing I kind of want to tease. So, as I've mentioned, I really like entertainment. And I was thinking, I've had this idea in my head for a long time that's basically sort of a magnum opus to all the franchises that I enjoy. I'm not quite ready to announce what that means yet, but just know it's in the works and it's coming. Until then, this is Super AntOreo, and here's to another 5 years of this channel. Good night, everybody.